Welcome back, everyone, here to Brown Talks. Today, got a very special video for you guys. We are going to be giving you three Juan Soto trade proposals. Obviously, Juan Soto, he's the big name available this offseason via trade, and he would be a perfect fit for the Yankees. I feel like there should even be a better word than perfect because that's how perfect he would fit with the New York Yankees, not just the city, not just the team, but just everything that comes with it. He would be perfect, Juan Soto. So we got three trade proposals for you on how the Yankees can get Juan Soto in pinstripes. Christian, what's the first trade proposal?
The Yankees are acquiring Juan Soto from the Padres, and the Yankees are giving up Clark Schmidt, Drew Thorpe, Oswald Peraza, and Everson Pereira. Schmidt and Thorpe, both pitchers. Obviously, every Yankee fan knows what we're gonna get from Schmidt. And look, if you trade him away, you're definitely gonna have to go out and get a starter because I think you are slotting him into your rotation for 2024. But that's not a problem. And Clark's had his ups and downs, but I think we could all live without Clark Schmidt if it meant Juan Soto. Drew Thorpe is a starting pitcher in the minors, tearing it up a ton. Definitely a valuable prospect, but again, same thing. If you're going out and getting Juan Soto, it's worth it. And then Peraza, I'm really okay trading. And even, I think I've said this before, even if it's not Juan Soto, I'm okay with Peraza being a trade piece this offseason because he doesn't really have a position. I guess third base, but you also have DJ. You can go get someone else. So I'm okay with that. And then Everson Pereira, we saw a little bit of him in September, but the Yankees ideally are going to go out, and if you already have Soto, you have Judge, you have Dominguez for a long time, you have Stanton who's going to play a little bit outfield. You don't necessarily need him. And at the end of the day, I mean, Padres need prospects. So,
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a fair trade, for the San Diego Padres. Obviously, the New York Yankees getting Juan Soto, but the Padres are getting two starting pitchers. They could probably even have Thorpe in the big leagues, maybe even to start the season, but definitely as the season goes on, they're getting two solid starting pitchers and two position players that could blossom into very productive players. Maybe even one or two of them will be a star. We never know, but I definitely think it's a fair trade that the Padres are getting. No doubt about it. The second trade we have is the Yankees once again getting Juan Soto, and the Padres are acquiring George Lombard Jr., the Yankees' first round pick this offseason, Jason Dominguez, Clayton Beeter, and cash. Now, if you're the San Diego Padres, obviously headlining this trade is Jason Dominguez. We saw what he did in his very limited play. I don't want to say playing time because he got playing time, but in his very limited games and at bats that he got last year, he was insane. He was incredible. The stats he put up, it was amazing. And the San Diego Padres are getting Jason Dominguez, very promising. Has all the tools to be a future all-star, perennial all-star, a great player for years to come. And Clayton Beeter has been phenomenal for the Yankees ever since they got him from the Dodgers, and they got George Lombard Jr., who was a top pick in this last draft. All three of these players could turn into future all-stars, especially big-time players. Dominguez, so much hype. Who knows? Maybe even a Hall of Famer someday with all the hype that's around him. You're getting three potential all-stars, three very good prospects, and cash to help you out because obviously we know the Padres had some financial difficulties. But I feel like this is a very solid trade and might just be the best one we came up with.
yeah. And if you're a Yankee fan and you're saying, and as soon as you're a Jason Dominguez, you said you're out, I think that's fair, and I would respect that. But where I'm at is the Yankees, they have a window these next few years, and especially this year, they have to do something. And their offense was terrible last year. You add Juan Soto, I get it's for 1 year, but if you add Juan Soto, it makes your bad offense good, and maybe even more than good. So I get you're trading a potential longtime Yankee and a really talented player, but it's something that I would be willing to do for Juan Soto. But I do see the side where people say they're not looking to give up Jason Dominguez. And to be honest, I'm not sure where the Yankees are at with that. I could see Cashman wanting to hold on.
Yeah. There's a lot of different conversations that need to be had. I mean, it's going to be hard to bring in a guy like Juan Soto. I mean, the guy's 25 years old. He's a future Hall of Famer. He's a generational type talent. You're not going to get him for free, even if he has one more year left on his contract. It's going to be tough. There's a lot of decisions that have to be made. There's a lot of question marks. Will you be able to extend this guy long term? Obviously, regardless of what happens, the Yankees do want to extend Juan Soto long term. If they're bringing him in here, that's definitely their goal. It's going to be tough. There's a lot of question marks. There's a lot of things, that are sort of up in the air. But the bottom line is you're getting Juan Soto. He'd be a perfect fit. And you'd have him, Aaron Judge, back to back in the lineup. Might be one of baseball's greatest duos that we ever see, potentially, in 2024 if we get those two in the same lineup.
The final trade we have is giving up Randy Vasquez, Spencer Jones, Johnny Brito, and Roderick Arias. Now, this trade's a little different from the first two. I feel like I think most of these guys, at least I would say a majority of the Yankee fans, aren't necessarily attached to. I mean, we saw Randy Vasquez and Johnny Brito very briefly. Spencer Jones, I am very high on, but we also haven't seen him. I think he's still in Double A. So there's that. And then you have Roderick Arias, who is, I think, an international. Yankees signed him internationally. And again, very talented shortstop, but he's down there, right? He's not coming up in the next year. So with that, you're not necessarily giving up any major league ready talent. I mean, I guess you could say Vasquez and Brito, but nothing that would get in the Yankees' way of potentially winning in 2024. Now, is there a good chance one of these guys blossoms and turns out to be a great player down the line? Yeah, there is a pretty good chance because these are four very talented players. But I think the Padres would be willing to do this. And if you're the Yankees, you have to give up a hefty chunk of prospects. I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. This trade, it's going to be a tough trade, right? The Yankees and Padres, we've heard they've had some talks, start to exchange some players' names in a potential deal. Look, this thing is going to take a while. Who knows when exactly it started, but the bottom line is I think we can all agree that regardless if you want to give up prospects or not, Juan Soto would be a perfect fit for the Yankees and would drastically help them in 2024. And me personally, I think it's a move the Yankees have to make, not only for a team standpoint, but from a business aspect as well, to pair him up with Aaron Judge, two superstars in the Bronx, sort of get another murderer's row kind of thing going in the Bronx with that energy, the New York energy, Dominican Republic. I think it's a move the Yankees definitely have to make.